Today's buck we're going to talk about is called Nick Saban. And a few years ago, everybody got into naming bucks. And as a Tennessee fan, I thought, well, hey, I've got this buck on trail camera, and I've seen him. I'm going to call him Nick Saban, and I'm going to tell you about the hunt and pursuit of Nick Saban. So one rainy afternoon, I was on the phone with my friend, and I looked off the hill from my garage, and I could see a nice buck laying in the fence row. Well, it came a downpour, just a torrential storm, and this deer was laying down in that fence row, and I could see him the whole time. And if I recall correctly, it was archery season, but there was no way I could get down in the woods and put a stalk on the deer. But it was amazing to sit and watch him. I could look out my garage through the little bit of the overhang and look down and see him there. And he turned his rear end into the storm just like a cow would, and weathered the storm out laying there. And I thought, man, he'll be a good deer if I can see him again. And of course, as we all know, that didn't happen until later on that year in gun season. And this is a real quick story, but this is just the way they happen sometimes. I was hunting behind my house at the edge of a pasture field and some woods and some cedars that are out in the middle of that pasture field. And it was getting later up in the day, and I was getting bored. So I was doing what most hunters do. I was looking on my phone these days. I was looking at Craigslist and looked at Craigslist. Just happened to look up out in the field and saw this dude right here, Mr. Nick Saban himself, coming across the field. Well, by the time I could get my gun up, he had slid in behind a little pocket of trees and moved off the hill. Well, I got my grunt tube out, and I grunted at him a couple of times, and he came in on a rope within about 60 yards away from me, and I was able to take my 30-30, which I've killed a lot of deer with that gun, and I was able to take that 30-30 and put a good shot on this deer. And I watched him right out into the middle of the field, and I watched him go down right out in the middle of the field, and I was tickled to death because at that point I thought, well, somebody else is taking the deer. And again, I don't really name the deer, but that year I saw this deer, and everybody was getting into naming their bucks, and I thought, well, hey, Nick Saban would be a good deer as a Tennessee Vol fan to go after. And so I was able to take Nick Saban. I want to do a little walk around of this deer, kind of give a different perspective, kind of see him from all sides. Really nice buck. One of the cool features about him, can't hardly tell it from the front, but from the side, his brow tine's offset. He's got one that goes towards his back and one that goes straight up like a traditional brow tine. And I'd like to give a big shout out and thanks to Todd Donahue over in Greene County here in East Tennessee. He does a great job mounting these deer. I've got 4 or 5 on the wall he's done for me. If you take a deer in East Tennessee, make sure you go see Todd at Donahue.